What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Casper's Kicks once again. Appreciate y'all for stopping in and checking out the channel. So there's been a rumor going around about Nike having a pretty big shock drop due to it being their 50th anniversary, and I believe today is actually like the 50th anniversary, like on the year it lines up with the 50th anniversary. And there's just been this rumor going around that we're supposed to get a pretty big shock drop today on a couple older model shoes that recently came out. Now, this has been going on for probably the past couple weeks where people have been speculating when this is going to happen. But ultimately, it ended up coming down to today being the day that they were rumored to have the shock drop. Now, it's currently 2:26 p.m. and nothing has shock dropped today. We haven't seen anything on sneakers or anything like that. So honestly, I don't know if we're getting anything today. It doesn't look like we're going to get anything today, but I am going to talk about it. I haven't made a video on it yet, so just going to talk about the shoes that were supposed to drop, or I guess still potentially can drop. I really don't know. It was all basically a rumor of that this was going to happen. Nothing has been confirmed by Nike, so I guess we technically are still waiting to see if they're going to drop anything, but like I said, I really don't know. I have no inside information on if it's actually going to go down or not, but like I said, they've been putting out potential shoes that were dropped because they did load up on the back end of sneakers. So that is what I'm going to talk about today, but not going to keep y'all waiting. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So before we do talk about the shock drop that was supposed to happen for the 50th anniversary, we did get a look at the Jordan 1 85 high that is set to come out next year. And shout out to Mr. Unloved Ones on Twitter. He did post out some information about the 85 high for next year. So next year, and I'll put up a picture, it is a Air Jordan 1 85 black and white. Now, I know people are going to automatically go with, oh, these are like the pandas and these are the panda dunks. No, that is not why this shoe is being made. I believe we had an Air Jordan 1 black and white, and I want to say 2014 if that have that date correct. If I don't have it correct, just let me know in the comments. But I know we previously did have an Air Jordan 1 black and white. So that is set to be the 85 high that we're getting next year. I know people are waiting on like the Chicago 85 high and just different, like a UNC 85 high. So I'm sure eventually we'll end up getting those. But as of right now, next year we are set to get the 85 high black and white. So I'm interested in the shoe. It's a black and white shoe. It's a simple shoe. The leather is a little bit stiffer on the 85 high, so I'm actually ready to see that shoe in person. So whenever we get more information on that, then I will talk about it more. Now, the other rumor that I did see is that we may potentially be getting another 85 cut Jordan 1 next year, but it won't be a high. It'll actually be a low. Now, I don't really have much information on that shoe. Like I said, that was another rumor that I saw. So I'd be curious to see what an 85 cut low looks like if we actually do end up getting that shoe, and then also what the colorway would be on that shoe. But another thing to worry about on another day. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the rumored shock drop shoes that we were supposed to get. So like I mentioned, this was for Nike's 50th anniversary, which was, I guess, this month, or lined up like today was the actual like 50th anniversary day for Nike. So like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there were just rumors going around that we're supposed to get this pretty big shock drop, and we're getting different days, and everybody would say, oh, it's this day, and then they wouldn't drop that day, and then it'd be a different day, and so forth and so on. But ultimately, we ended up on the 30th, which, like I mentioned earlier, we haven't gotten a drop yet. So I'm going to go through now. There are 6 shoes that are listed here. I don't know if this is like 100%, but these are the shoes that loaded up on the back end of sneakers, which is why we know what potentially could drop. Now, if you're not familiar with the back end of sneakers, quote unquote, it's just the shoes that are like loaded on sneakers that we can't see it but are loaded on the sneakers app. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and go through now. Some were for the US and then some are for Sneakers EU. So I will break that down, which is for what. Now, first, and I'll just put up the screenshot of what everything was. So first, we're supposed to get the Air Jordan 1 Mocha, which of course, y'all know people love the Air Jordan 1 Mocha. That is probably one of the few shoes, like I did not hit a personal pair of the Mochas, and I don't think I even got a pair like for retail. So that would be a cool shoe to add to my collection just because I don't have them, and I've been trying to get them, but I just don't want to pay the $400, $500, $600 to get a pair of mochas. But that was the first shoe. I know, like I mentioned, people love the mochas. They've been doing very well. Even now, they're still doing well. Resale price on them is absolutely crazy. So that would have been crazy to have the mochas drop. Now, the next shoe was the Air Jordan 1 Obsidian. And I do have a pair of Obsidians. I got them for retail when they came out. And it's actually a really dope shoe. I really do like the two blues on the Air Jordan 1 Obsidian. Another favorite amongst the sneaker community that people love. And they're doing very well resale-wise. So I know people would go for them if they do, or if they do end up, like they do end up dropping on the Sneakers app. Now, these next two were set for Sneakers EU, and they were Ama Manir shoes, which was the Ama Manir 3, and then the Ama Manir Jordan 1. Now, of course, y'all know about the Air Jordan 3 Ama Manir. That shoe was arguably the shoe of the year for some people. That shoe did very well. I think they did a very good job on that shoe. Y'all know I'm not the biggest fan of the threes, but I did like the Air Jordan 3 Ama Manirs. I thought it was a pretty just dope concept. The colorway on there was dope. The quality on the shoe was really nice as well. So that shoe was loaded up for Sneakers EU, along with, like I mentioned, the Air Jordan 1 Ama Manir, and I have that shoe as well. That one was not as much a favorite compared to the Air Jordan 3 just because of the different types of materials that they used on the Air Jordan 1 Ama Manir. Now, they had like that crackled or like leather or really rough, whatever it was, material that people weren't the biggest fan of. But, you know, I still did like the shoe. Another one with some good quality. Ama Manir has done a great job with their drops so far. Of course, we're about to get the Air Jordan 2 Ama Manir, which is set to, I believe, come out this week. So at the end of this week. So I'd be curious to see that shoe in person. Of course, I'll do a review on it when I do get it in hand. So just stick around and stay tuned for that. Now, continuing on to the fan favorite, people are calling this the new Air Force One because we're getting them like every couple weeks at this point. But it is the Nike Dunk Low Panda. And we actually did just get a restock of Pandas this past Saturday. They ended up doing a Dunk Reserve, and they had the dark marina blue dunks, they had the goldenrod dunks, they had the patchwork women's dunk, the pink prime dunk high, and then the vintage black dunk highs, all on Sneakers. And then on the Nike app, they actually did restock Pandas as well. Now, I tried to hit on the Dunk Reserve. I was only able to get a pair of the patchwork women dunks. I tried for Pandas, of course. I did not have any luck with Pandas. That shoe, just the amount of times that it's restocked is crazy. Like, you would have never thought that the Panda would take off like it has and just keep continuously restocking like it is now. So I wouldn't be shocked if we get more restocks of the Panda later in the year or even like sometime soon. People love the shoe. It's easy to wear. It's just very popular right now. And that's why I said people are calling it the Air Force One, just because we're continuously seeing them restock, and they sell out every time Nike restocks them. Now, the last one I'm not 100% sure about, but it is an SB. I don't know. That was just kind of a random one that I saw in there. I haven't heard too much about SBs dropping on the anniversary. It could drop. I really don't know. That was just kind of like the random one, especially because I think it's supposed to be a Jordan Reserve that we're supposed to be getting. So an SB on there may not happen unless they just do like an SB Reserve, which I'm doubting they do, knowing Nike. But yeah, so that's what I've heard, or that's the sneakers that I've heard. I'm sure if it's a Jordan Reserve, we will get more shoes with that, just because we've had a lot come out. A lot of stuff is sitting basically. 72 and 10 lows, midnight 86s, just random stuff like that. Of course, we have not had a Jordan Reserve recently, so I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that Jordan's going to want to move, and a Jordan Reserve will be the best way to do it. So I could honestly see them either shock dropping these four shoes, or these four Jordans, the Mochas, Obsidians, the threes, Ama Manir 3s and 1s. I can see them doing a shock drop for them, or I can see them doing an exclusive access for them and sending it to certain accounts. Of course, I don't get exclusive access, so I don't know what to do. And honestly, seeing that we have four Jordans on here, you could have the Ama Manir Jordan 3 and Ama Manir Jordan 1 going to Sneakers Europe, and then the Mochas and the Obsidians for the US. So that would be cool just to see that. But like I mentioned, I'd be curious to see how they do drop them. I would want a shock drop just because I never get exclusive access, but it'll just have to be a wait and see. But for me, I would for sure try for both of them. Resale prices is high. Now I have seen people commenting like Nike redropping these shoes will kill resale prices. I know some people won't care at all that is killing the resale price just because they want the shoe, but I know people are holding on to Mochas and Obsidian, so of course that'll be something to factor in when they do drop. But this is just like, make note, Nike really never sells out of shoes. They always have stuff sitting around, pairs sitting around. I wouldn't be surprised if stock is low if they do end up dropping these just because they came out a while ago. But like the overall theme of this video, it will just be a wait and see with if they actually do end up dropping something, or if they just, it was all a rumor and just it started somewhere and now we're here, left wondering what could have been. But as always, I do appreciate y'all for stopping in. Like I said, let me know how y'all feel about the rumored 50th anniversary shock drop on these 4 shoes or 6 shoes. Do you think it's gonna happen? Have you heard anything different? Let me know in the comments. And then also let me know how y'all feel about the Air Jordan 1 85 high black and white. Are you ready for that shoe? Are you a fan? Do you like it? Or are you just like, yeah, I'm not, I don't want that shoe? Let me know how y'all feel about it. As always, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, turn on the notification bell so you can stay today when I post new content. But as always, appreciate y'all for stopping in. I should have an early review this week. Of course, just waiting on the shoe to come in, but when I have it, I will drop it for y'all. But as always, hope y'all stay safe and stay blessed. Have a great rest of the week, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.